two fighters should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Introducing first, it's Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. 6'5", 240 pounds with a reach of 81 inches. And he'll face David Adeleye, known as Big D, 6'4" tall, and he packs a lot into those 212 pounds.
What a weight difference. These two fighters are going to be in deep water. One has the size, has the weight behind it. The other is small, shorter, much lighter. Got to be fast, got to be sharp, otherwise you're out of there.
Here comes Riddick Bowe, the Big Daddy, the 1988 Olympic silver medalist, a two-time heavyweight champion, and one of the best inside fighting heavyweights there's ever been. David Adeleye, known as Big D, fighting out of London in the heavyweight division, and he packs a lot into those 212 pounds.
It'll be ding-ding from first bell. They're off.
And with that, let's go into the ring. And the Hall of Fame announcer himself, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner,
from Brooklyn, New York, here is the Olympic silver medalist and the two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Big Daddy Riddick Bowe.
Fighting out of the blue corner,
from London, England, here is Big D, David Adeleye.
The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready.
Todd, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here at this venue. It's going to be something special.
The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Ooh, look at that left jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
He scores with the counter. Straight right just misses. Big Daddy in trouble. And right back into the fray.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up as we get set to jump back in the action. Here we go for round two. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. He parries that left jab away. Maybe I'm crazy, Johnny, but this slugger's game plan appears to be hit me in the face as many times as you want, and right when you get tired of it, I'm going to catch you with a counter and knock you out.
With sluggers, you cannot let them get into a rhythm because this is how they train. This is how they prepare for a fight. This is what they'll do all night. Do not dance their dance. You've got to use speed.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Counter shot lands. The right hook just missed. The perfect counter lands. These two were made for each other. Just missed with that jab. Got out of the way that right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
The referee calling for seconds out, right back into the action. There's the bell for round three. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Missing with that right hook. The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
When you're fighting a massive heavyweight like this, you can't go toe-to-toe. You got to stick and move and use angles.
You got to be like Oliver Twist. Be a pickpocket, in and out. Don't stand there and be so obvious.
Nice counter. can't land that jab. Oh, my word. Adeleye in some serious trouble. David Adeleye couldn't take any more, and down he goes. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
Can make or break a fighter.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set for another round. And there's the bell to start round 4. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Punch himself out, though. The positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with 1 punch, and you can lose the fight in 1 punch. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Incredible work rate. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. He's willing to go where the other fighter won't. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect... Whoa, wait a minute! Adeleye rocked. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through?
Hold on, got to cut you off here, Johnny. And the big fella stumbling backwards. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather. Right back into the action. On to the fifth we go. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. A straight right just misses. Stamina is off the charts. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Swing and a miss with the hook. Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. One moment changes everything, especially in this. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
And that'll do it for the time between rounds as we get set to get back in the action. There's the bell for round 6. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fight. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. That hook doesn't score. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. He fails to score with that left hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Time winding down as we get set to jump back in the action. Here we go. It's round 7. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown their shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
And Big Daddy Bowe got rocked. And the Big Daddy hits the floor. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
That's lights out right there.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
His stamina is off the charts. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. The only fear you have with this, it's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Time winding down as we get set for another round. And they're back at it again here in round 8. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
And he misses with that jab. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Is he going? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Bowe in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when we talk about championship material.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action. Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's big.
Oh my God, Johnny! And Bowe is and Riddick Bowe is on the canvas. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
It's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Oh, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
And he just misses with that jab. Punch, counter punch. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Whoa, Bowe took that and he didn't take it well at all. And Big Daddy goes down. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. Well, if this trainer has a pep talk, now's the time to use it, as they were dropped twice in the last round.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
Now listen, I need you to go back out there. I need you to win this round. Get your mind back. Get your focus back. Get that jab back. Blocks, be smart, but your shots are straight down the middle. You can't miss it. Great work. It's only one round that you've lost. Do not worry about it. Good man, good man. Just say it again. Don't change too much. Keep doing what you're doing. Forget about that round. It was a bad round. Don't give him more free shots.
The referee calling for seconds out. Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather. And there's the bell for round 10. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
The straight right just misses. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. The jab not finding its target. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Smart. Get your shots off. Don't give him anything.
And that'll do it for the minute break as we get set to get back in the action. Let's start 11. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Do you believe what we're seeing? How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get him close.
Just missed with that hook. Nice defense there to stop the right. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Bowe in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
There's a lot on the line here.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set for another round. Who thought we would have made it to 12? They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing them down. His stamina is off the charts. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
And that hook misses. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Good defense on that right hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. And the big fella stumbling backwards. And Bowe. I'm not sure about the judges on this one. A split decision win.
A split decision, you know what, I feel sorry for the loser because heart and soul was laid out right there. Everything was left in the ring. There's no regrets, and we had a good time as well. They did the work, we enjoyed the action. Split decision, totally agree with it. You never know, we might see it all over again.